You're probably watching this video because you want to find out about the 48-hour film festival, and just like everybody else, you found out there are not a lot of videos on YouTube about this festival or this competition. But have no fear, I will give you one word to describe this festival: hard, intense, passionate, technical, not technical, arguments, egos, fire. You get it? I got into the 48-hour film festival. I was invited by my friend Luis Gustavo, who is an amazing model, photographer, cinematographer, and just an amazing person. So he invited me up to this to join the team that he was going to be participating with here in Shanghai, China, and it's called AT&T Production. AT&T or A&T? AT&T Production. And we started off by just having a general meeting, and this was sort of to get everybody together on the same page and to know who was going to be doing what, when, and how. So you're not allowed to do any sort of preparations before you get the actual details for whatever it is that you're going to make. We had another meeting which was more for the production team, so everybody who was maybe camera operating or like gaffing or something like that, that was just mainly down to the technical side of the production. We had another meeting just so that we would align on logistics and time and everything else like that. So the day before that, I packed my gear because I'm there thinking, okay, I might be able to record some things, I might be able to film some behind the scenes and all of that. But little did I know that I was gonna be lit up. So I left home on the day that we were setting out. We agreed to meet at a point so that everybody would just leave at the same time. We arrived at the meeting point, and that was the first time I actually got to meet the actors and the actresses and the people working makeup and even the sound. Okay, no, I did meet the sound person at the first meeting. It was raining crazy that morning, but anyways, we left. And, we're all thinking, oh, wait, we have 48 hours to be able to make this whole film. If it's raining, then we're not going to be able to film anything because the script requires that we film some things outside. The director and the producer, Amy and Tammy, they gave like a welcome speech and just sort of, tried to get everybody on the same page and all of that. And that was the first time I actually saw the script. By the time we arrived to the location, the rain had stopped in a way. We sat down, and then we started talking about the best position to frame the shot, where we're gonna put the lights, set design, and all of that. But I also went outside, took some shots, because we were trying to look out for how we would establish the whole scene and all of that. And so we just sort of got into the zone of like trying to set up, trying to look through the script. Everything was going on fine. We were setting up. We were primarily filming on the Sony FX3. That was the main camera. We also lit up the scene with the Aperture 600D, I believe. And then we had a couple bounce boards and everything else. We set up, we started filming, we did everything. It took longer than we thought it was going to take. The good thing is nobody came late, but in terms of moving from one place to another, I think that it sort of slowed the production down a bit. But at the end of the day, we were able to get it done, and we wrapped up the production that day for day one. That was 24 hours. And then the actors and the actresses, they left, which meant that it was time to work the edits, to work my magic. That's the editing jutsu. Editing jutsu, no crash it. Eventually, we wrapped up the film. Everyone was exhausted. People were burnt out because it was hectic. I was like, you know what? There's no way, after everything we've just been through, there's no way I'm just gonna sit down and start working on this edit. So I'm like, I need to get at least 2 hours of sleep. at least 2 hours of sleep. I got up 2 hours after I took that power nap. Woo, power naps are good. I had already done a few things while we were still filming. So I would ask for each scene to be sent to me, and they would come and dump that on my computer, and then I would just get into trying to put that edit to just make sure that everything is, it's chronological as we're progressing into the timeline. And I mean, if you want to see how I put all this edit together, let me know in the comments, and I'll probably make a sneak peek of the workflow that I use for this whole feature film. And so that happened, and eventually the others joined, and then we started to push and then trying to make this work, trying to make that work, trying to sift out what was working and what wasn't working. And this is where it got cooler. No, not cooler. This is where things took a turn, and not a good one. The guy who was supposed to do the sound editing, for whatever reason, maybe time, maybe another schedule, couldn't make it anymore. So luckily I was on set, and I'm like, y'all boy out here been a music producer for a number of years. Shout out to Chibi OG though. So I just I did the sound mixing, did the sound design. We actually won an award for the best use of original music in the final award show. For me personally, what I like about the 48 Hour Film Festival is that, I mean, they said it straight up on their website. This is challenging. Trust me, it is. It is. But the good side is you get to meet new people and work together on something to, that you can show. I think another thing was I got to push myself because, ooh, boy, I was stressed for the next 2 days. Well, not stressed for the next 2, but I was de-stressing for the next 2 days. That's how much stress was in my body. And I think this whole thing just sort of made me appreciate standard production process, where if you're working with an agency where there's tons of people working on a production and everybody knows exactly what they're supposed to do when they're supposed to do it. And woo, yeah, it was chaos. Good chaos because we made the film. The larger the crew, the larger the chaos. Definitely. With that being said, do I think that I will still be a part of this competition next year? Absolutely not.